We probably want to go to Morrigan then. Undead Dragon. The team has defeated all the strange projections created by a greater demon. Okay, I didn't know it was a dragon. That is quite a thing. What is this? Use the champion's essence on roots in the converged city. Do I really need to do this right now? Okay, let's go to Morrigan.
Are the serving sizes here getting smaller, or is it just me?
I don't think it's just you. It's been harder to get food and other supplies. And I think it all goes to the High Bloods first.
Of course it does.
Let's choose some other companions. Let's have Harding there, because she's an old acquaintance. And I'm not sure. Devon, maybe?
Masked mystery. Secrets of the Viper. Reliable source.
The Viper? Shall we do something about this? He's part of the Shadow Dragons after all. We can't have people besmirch our leader.
And now a dragon? What's happening to this city? I heard some people lost their homes. I wish there was something I could do.
Builder, you'd just get in the way. Let the Templars deal with it.
The team pursues leads that reveal disturbing information about the spread of the blight, but also gains some unexpected aid.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed, but today we have a guest, and he needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
The Inquisitor!
Look, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the man who led us all.
He looks so different from the Inquisitor that I created back then. I greet you.
Andaran Adashan.
Aneth Ara. I wish we could be meeting without our gods threatening to blight the world.
A blight that spreads wider with each passing heartbeat.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I don't know if we can.
We've been doing what we can, but I'll be honest. Right now, it feels like we're in over our heads.
You've already faced setbacks, you'll face more. Your actions will have consequences.
Have you seen the blight all over Treviso? We know all about consequences.
Such thinking is a trap you can ill afford. Treviso was blighted because of Elganon and Gillenane, but Minrathous was saved because of you.
I wasn't ready to become the Inquisitor. I wasn't ready to have to choose between helping Templars or mages, or decide the fate of every Grey Warden in southern Thedas. Eventually, when the choices I made caught up with me, I turned the Inquisition over to the Chantry, rather than create even bigger problems. Maybe someday you'll face the same situation. But I'm asking you not to worry about that future until we have one. Right now, we need you to stop the gods.
All right, I'll do my best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do his best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It is
It's
what?
that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. He has not been idle while you assembled your team.
Okay, how did that happen with the South?
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Orlais. Valroyo and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe.
That's
The
crazy.
Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I talked to the Divine and your mother's safe with the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might just be an arm of the Chantry now. But we've still done our part to get people to fight this threat together. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the blight.
And how are you here?
If the south is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet him.
Why did he wanna meet me? I need an army.
I have a team, but not much in the way of forces. If there's any military support you can spare.
I'm sorry. Our forces in the south are stretched thin already. And I'm afraid the Grey Warden leadership doesn't think much more highly of me than they do of you.
Great.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. He brought something no one else could.
Oh yeah?
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him, somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
What do you mean good? I don't trust him. Solus is trapped.
Solus is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solus is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
I considered Solus a friend. I'd hoped to convince him to see reason. It's too late for that now, but still. If this can give you some insight, help you understand him. Whatever it turns out to be, I hope that it helps.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
That's better not be the only cameo of the
We should
Inquisitor
take a
in this
break.
game.
Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
Alright. lighthouse.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt.
Oh.
Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
Okay. Has to be the gods. We need to warn them, but will they heed our warning?
We need to warn the Wardens. Let them know what's coming.
Agreed. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
Honestly, I mean, these rules stem from observation, so when we observe something different, we need to adjust the rules. The Siege of Weishaupt. Talk to Solus. Alright. I'm not sure what we can get from Solus. I feel like we should have talked to him way more often than we do. Paragon of Leadership. Yeah, let's change to something more regal looking, perhaps. I don't know. Or something that'll show off a little bit of skin, but no. Except this one, I guess, Casings of Fortune, but it looks too tacky. It's a little bit too much, I think. Grey Warden leathers. This looks like I'm about to go to a ball. Researcher's coat. Fine, take this one. Do we have other casual wear? Tunic Noir. I don't like the design of this. I mean, it's a little bit boring, isn't it? But we don't have any other casual wear. Oh, hold on. Someone wants to talk to me. Emric Nev Harding. Okay, let's talk to everyone first before sleeping and dreaming.
With all my regards, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
Hi, Emric.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters. The other Watchers have been most interested in our adventures.
Oh. Mortalitasi? These are also necromancers, right? Watchers also Mortalitasi? That's a random question, but it's interesting to know.
So I've heard people call necromancers Mortalitasi. What's the difference between them and the Mornwatch?
Oh, all Navaran necromancers are mortalitasi. The Watchers are a special order within them.
Oh.
Very fancy.
We've certain privileges and attendant responsibilities.
What kind of responsibilities?
What's the Mornwatch do?
Our first duty is safekeeping the Grand Necropolis and preparing the funerary dead. Another is stopping misuse of dark magic and necromancy.
Must keep you busy.
Not often, but on occasion.
Tell me about the necropolis.
What's the Grand Necropolis like?
Its majesty has stilled the tongues of kings and queens. It's a haven for spirits and the dead, a vast well of history, the duty and shelter of every watcher. We who serve it are pledged to an eternal vigil.
Vigil against what? Against dark magic and misuse, I guess?
What do Watchers, watch for?
There are stranger and more dangerous things than spirits in the Fade, Rook. The Watchers stand against them when their shadows rise.
Anything lately?
A few portents I cannot put down solely to the chaos of the elven gods, but nothing definitive. Perhaps only shivers in the void.
That sounds concerning. You mentioned homesickness.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
So are you saying you don't have anything to do here? Corpse whispering requests?
Can people just ask you to show up for some corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there, questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills, and sometimes fetching back last words from a loved one.
I guess other mortalitasi can also do that, I suppose? Did you give up your classes?
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10! How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time? Honestly.
Oh wow. 10 is too much for you? Sounds like a little. And that's not your whole job?
You can get anything out of the dead and they just let you leave Navara?
My gift has limitations. The dead only know what they did in life. What was clear under the sun is sometimes blurred when I revive them.
Makes sense.
Honestly, some conversations aren't worth the trouble. Death encourages obstinacy.
That makes sense. They have nothing to lose, so yeah. I'll see you around.
Good to chat. I'll let you get back to your letter.
Before you go, I wanted to thank you for your company in the Memorial Gardens. There's another ceremony I have to perform there. If you'd like to visit again. Not yet, but soon.
Oh, okay. I was hoped that was the last time that I would have to go there, but okay. What kind of rite?
Horrible demon ceremony or peaceful garden ceremony?
The latter, ideally.
Can do.
I'll let you know when it's time.
All right. The Great Passage. How strange to wake up and realize I've no lessons to plan. My last batch of pupils were well set, or so I pray, when classes ended. Edwina and Lorimer sent letters how flattering to be remembered by one's former students. Ensconced in the lighthouse, I can't help but think of the first question of so many of them ask, if it's true that for every person who dies, a spirit must enter the mortal world in return. It often surprises them to learn this idea is purely Navarran. Summoning a benign spirit to answer this question is one of my favorite practical demonstrations, and such a treat for the novices. The line of inquiry, students swiftly learn, is impossible. The majority of spirits have difficulty grasping the very concept of quantities, let alone numbers. No one, mortal or otherwise, appears to know how to tally both the people in the world and spirits in the Fade. Yet I cannot dismiss the idea that there might be some unknowable exchange of Fade-born spirit and human soul. This folklore is entwined with the very founding of Navarra. And if I have learned anything here, it is that the Fade is stranger than even we of the necropolis have imagined. Emmeric's Diary, Forbidden Books. I've been asked to weigh in again on texts being considered for our list of tomes and scrolls forbidden. I didn't think it was that time of year already. Well, let us see what lies in the list. The Setting of the Light by Lumiere Bartlett. One new page reportedly discovered. Goodness knows how many artists have rediscovered lost pages of Bartlett's play. Still, if it has any connection with The Last King, best we move carefully. I recommend we lock away the page until we can determine its provenance. The Magic of Crimson Serpents Anonymous. A poisonously simple guide to blood magic, Tevinter's favorite forbidden practice. Poor Nev, what she must combat weekly. Let the book remain open to senior watchers, but only for purposes of teaching detection and defense against blood magic. Nethesrur Anonymous, inscribed on stone tablets. I've omitted the full title, of course. I'd give much to track down the malign spirit whispering these dictations. This would be the 5th copy we found. Banned lest it spread, and I'm afraid we must consider whether destroying the tablets might lure out the true author. The Randy Dowager collected book reviews 938 to 942, Golden Boss Edition for the true collector. Now this is ridiculous. The Moon Watch works with the dead. We have no business forbidding the harmless vices of the living, and I question whoever brought it up for consideration in the first place. Miscellaneous. A letter to Dorian from Varric. Sparkler, thanks for the book recommendations. I can use something to take my mind off things. The end of the Inquisition left the Divine with a pretty big army and nobody to fight. Choir Boy up in Starkhaven keeps trying to persuade her to call an exalted march against Solas. Choir Boy? Sebastian always was good for a laugh. Of course, the city-states of the Free Marchers all hate each other, and half of them are trying to get the Chantry back to their long-standing grudge against the other half, and everyone's nervous. I don't envy the Divine or what's left in the Inquisition, just trying to keep the peace. Give me my love, would you? It'll be a while before I can make a trip to Minrathous again, and she's the only family I've got left that I'm still speaking to. Varric. Varric is on bad terms with his family. I didn't know that about him. There's something else here? Or is this again a bug? Missives. Message from the front, the fight for the south. Rook, though the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I'd heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke, and continues to speak, highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always heeding her counsel, proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I sent grim tidings. The echoes of Solas's ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Ferelden. Antam corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in great numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostagar. But I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I shared this news not to ask for your help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet its people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. And when this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Yours, the Inquisitor. It's very concerning, the state of the south.
Weird being out here. Makes you wonder where the air comes from. Why the Fade doesn't just rush in and swallow you.
Well, now I'm thinking about it.
Why did you have to mention that?
Abundance.
I can't upgrade yet. I currently have plus 10 weapon damage, so I'm gonna add the same here. Actually, plus 20% final attack damage. Or plus 25 added physical damage would be pretty neat. Wait, 10% would be 26. So 25 is almost like 10%. Agile attack damage. No idea what this means. Someone else wanted to talk? Nev? Harding. Oh. A son.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something I don't? So much for a straight answer.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Besides cats, maybe.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic.
Oh, wow.
Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
I've met a few demons.
I met a possessed cat once. Not the worst demon I've run into, but,
They can still shake up your day.
pretty much. And the claws. Hassan's much friendlier and makes fewer bargains.
Of all the nonsense we've run into, you're what's strange.
Hassan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new. I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's not the one I'd have bet on.
Yeah, me neither. Tell me about your uncle.
Were you close with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Menrathis, it always matters.
Right.
I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Hassan.
So your uncle was a mage and you are a mage also? And in your family, the two of you are probably the only mages? Yeah, in Minrathous or in Tevinter, being a mage is power. You're cute with the sun. A sun's a lucky sign.
Maybe he's a sign. Good things coming out of disaster.
A lucky charm? I wouldn't go that far. But we better keep you safe. Sing your praises and you still want something? I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
She likes you.
She doesn't sing praises for just anyone. Yes, you're very inspiring.
Listen up. If Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see how it is.
What about the other griffins? We need to save them? Right, they're not dead. Or are they? I have no idea. We've completely ignored this topic up until now. And I think it might be... It should have the highest priority actually, but Davrin somehow just chills out in the lighthouse. I don't know. They're still alive, right? They got stolen. Right? Or am I remembering things wrong? Could also be. Is Asan really the only griffin left? That would be terrible. Hey, you.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaperit didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Well... That's disappointing. And also very dismissive. I guess they view you as a surface dwarf. They're not really good with surface dwarves, I guess. And also they don't want to talk about magic.
Damn, that's a disappointment.
Well, I'm not gonna find my answers in Orzammar. My contacts had no idea what I was talking about.
So what now?
I was thinking. The voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Huh?
Huh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kalsharak. It was lost during the first blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Wait, is this where we've gone to with Valta, with Shaperit Valta? Kalsharak? What if Orzammar is lying?
Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kalsharak doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
We should try and find Shaperit Valta. I guess she's not a Shaperit anymore, but we should find Valta.
I'm curious about Kalsharak's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the first blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kalsharak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
They had no choice.
They had to. Lose a Tig or lose everyone.
Children, families. It's unforgivable.
Sometimes people have to do unforgivable things.
You've heard, haven't you, that the Kalsharak dwarves were forced to change in order to survive. No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask.
Wait, are there really dwarves left? I don't remember. I remember enemies. Dwarven enemies. They were not happy about us, the intruders.
How do we get in touch with these Kalsharok dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds very interesting. I am very interested in the Dwarven history after playing that DLC of Dragon Age Inquisition. That should be everyone. So let's have a good night's sleep. View regret.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild,
Mythal.
and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evenuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was before when the Evenuris became gods.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
Revelatory and also bad.
It's not every day you witness the start of a religion. I wonder if they're all this disappointing.
I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
Well, I mean, it's not really... Not sure if it's really a betrayal. No wonder he was angry.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elgranon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elgranon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elgranon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regret. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dreadwolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
That was nice, everyone sitting together and discussing what happened. I like it. So we need to find more wolf statuettes, and they can reveal us about Solus's guilt. But we've already collected so many wolf statuettes. Can't we place it anywhere? There are 3 murals. But we've come across so many wolf statues already.
Rook, every time I think I've got a handle on how weird magic is, it just gets weirder.
I think that's the nature of things. Alright, let's talk to Solus.
How fares your battle?
The gods are moving against Weishaupt and the Grey Wardens. We've heard rumors the Darkspawn are being led by an archdemon.
And you have questions?
I need to know how archdemons relate to the gods. Are they just like the blighted dragons, or are they something else? I also need to know how to deal with the gods if they show up at Weishaupt.
I propose a bargain. I will answer your question if you answer mine.
Really?
What?
How are the Grey Wardens? Do they understand the truth of the danger yet?
Let's just humor him. We are all working together after all. Their leader is an idiot.
No, the First Warden still refuses to listen.
As I feared.
I tried diplomacy. I tried being firm. Nothing worked.
When I asked why you should be trusted to lead the fight, you said that nobody else was doing it. That sufficed for me, but you will need more to convince the Grey Wardens. They see themselves as destined to lead this battle. You cannot defeat Elganan and Gillenane without the Wardens. What will you do to bring them to your side?
You tell me. It's about the First Warden. If I could convince him, then everyone else will fall in place. Everyone else are already helping me, do believe in our cause, but the First Warden, maybe I need to get rid of him.
I don't have to convince all of them. I just have to convince the First Warden.
Or remove him.
Enjoyable as that is to imagine, I doubt the rest of the Wardens would approve.
Right, that makes sense.
Did you know the Evanurus once numbered many more than those whose names survive in the Elven Pantheon? One warlord was particularly cruel. I sought to free his slaves, but so fearsome was his reputation that none would join me.
What did you do?
I made people laugh at him.
How did that help?
For 12 years. Every sound near him, from whispered pleas to shouted oaths to crackling fire, all became mocking laughter.
Wow.
His mind broke under the ridicule, and when he fell, his slaves rose up and joined me.
I doubt laughter is going to work on the First Warden.
If not that, then what?
Laughter? Okay. This is some crazy way to break one's mind. Let the Wardens try. the wardens themselves, yeah. If enough wardens stand behind me, maybe they can convince the first warden. But this is also a long shot.
I can't force the first warden to listen. I have to let the wardens try it their way.
And how many wardens will die before the first warden realizes his mistake?
I've done everything I can to reason with him.
I once warned an elven village that Gillenane was coming and they were in danger. They would not listen. I had to watch as their bodies twisted, as their shrieks turned into the grunting of animals.
Wow.
Their eyes were the worst part. They were still aware. They knew what had been done to them. I gained little peace from knowing that I had tried to warn them. Is that what you hoped for?
No, it's not.
No, I have to find a way to get through to them.
Then what will you do?
Every conversation with Solas feels like a battle of the minds, like I need to justify my actions and stuff like that. I don't like this option, whatever is necessary, because it's just so... It can be just anything, really, and I'm not sure if I can really do this, if I say this. It's easier said than done, I suppose. Keep talking to the wardens.
All I can really do is keep trying to get through to them.
Have you ever ridden home in a wagon and felt the streets go from paved to dirt beneath the wheels?
What?
The horse is slow, and everything grows quiet as you're near home. What do you call that feeling?
I don't really have a word for it.
No, you do not. Elganon destroyed that emotion. He burned it from the mind of every living being.
What the?
There were spirits of that feeling. Just as there are spirits of joy, or fear, or despair. I begged them to fight.
What happened to them?
They waited too long. Without the emotion in this world to focus on, they faded until nothing remained. When you grow quiet, it is a part of your soul reaching for a feeling and finding emptiness. Because I failed.
I understand. I'm not going to fail.
How? What will you do?
There's no other option. Whatever is necessary, I don't know what that means, what that entails. But I don't think this is the answer.
Whatever it takes.
Easily said. But it will have to be enough for now. You have answered my question, and I owe you an answer in return.
Yes. The old gods of Tevinter. The archdemons.
There never were Tevinter gods. The archdemons, as you call them, were always merely the weapons of the Evanuris.
Alright, let's hope we can find the gods before they find their weapons.
Unfortunately, the Dragon Thrall's life force is bound to the Evanuris as both power and protection. You will not be able to kill or likely even harm one of the Evanuris until their Dragon Thrall is slain.
Great. Tell me of their dragons.
What can you tell me about the archdemons themselves?
Each is different, shaped by the whims and ego of its master. Elganon is the Lord of Tyranny. He would have ruled alone had Mythal not forced him to share power. Those who are strong, he molds into dictators themselves, with visions of godhood. Those who are weak, he crushes. His archdemon reflects him. It is huge, to feed his ego, the epitome of dragonkind, bent to his will.
That will be his downfall.
What about Gillenane and her dragon? Pride and ego can blind someone. We can exploit that.
By contrast, Gillenane was a servant of Andrul, whose skill at making monsters earned her promotion to the Evanuris. She is brilliant, ambitious, and unconstrained by anything you would understand as morality. In a kinder world, you would never need to see what she has done to her archdemon. In this world, I only hope you kill it quickly.
Oh, wow.
In any event, the Evanuris will not be vulnerable until their archdemons are dead.
How did Tevinter gods talk?
The old stories of the Tevinter gods have them whispering in the dreams of ancient magisters. How did they do that if they were just tools of the elven gods?
The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanuris bound them as a source of power. When I imprisoned the gods, their dragons remained free. That was my mistake.
How so?
I never bound a dragon to myself, for I believed that to enslave another creature was immoral. As such, I did not understand the power that connection gave. I thought the prison I had made was perfect. But their dragons were the conduit through which they spoke to dreaming minds.
So I just need to kill the archdemons? Is that all?
It says a lot about these talks that kill an archdemon is the easy part.
It will not be easy. But you are this world's only hope. I would not suggest this path if I did not believe you could succeed.
Aww, the god of lies believes in me.
Even with their dragons dead, the Evanuris are powerful and well protected. You will need to use my dagger, the one you recovered. It can pierce their enchantments and strike them down.
Alright, kill the archdemons, then use the dagger to take down the gods.
Even a single opportunity to strike the Evanuris down will be rare, fleeting, and costly. You will not have another chance to catch them unawares. When you strike, you must be fully prepared.
Okay, wow. Our next goal, convince the wardens. Otherwise, we don't stand a chance. Ah, Weishaupt. Do we already have a mirror into Weishaupt? I guess yes. The Waiting Stone. Harding travels to the domain of the dwarves to search for a mysterious figure who may have answers. That is so interesting. I want to do this first. The Waiting Stone. Have a new codex entries. Nev's case notes, missing Zenna. A pair of letters found among Nev's case notes. The first is written on a scrap, with the letters bent to fit. Dear Nev Gallos, I have a job for you. Meet me by the starring statue. I'll be there every day this week, from Liv. The second letter is written on a larger piece of paper and has a number of illustrations. Dear Nev Gallos, I wanted you to know I did what you said, and gave Senna extra ear scratches. She wagged her tail a lot. She says thanks for finding her, from Liv. Below are drawings of a girl, a dog, the moon, a rain cloud, 3 boats, a spiral that might represent magic, and a very tall person who might be Nev. Senna is a dog? Okay. That's all, right? No. Lucican and Razikal. Elganan and Gillanan. Lucican and Razikal. Old gods of night and mystery. Doesn't that sound like something I'd get mixed up in? Makes my skin crawl. Old gods are tied up with our worst sins, or were always right and wonderful, if you ask the Venatori. Stories say they could whisper into people's minds from their underground prison. Is it just bad dreams, or Razikal, leading you down twisted halls? Or maybe Lucican, wicked child? Better stuff sun seeds into your pillow. Half price on a narrow road, sun to scare the dragon of night. But Elganan's the elven god of the sun, asshole, gets the whole damned day. Look at superstitions, doubt a pack of posies saves us, but might spark a thought, or distract the wisps until there's better leads. Gillenan's reply. Solas, I have always respected your intellect and your investigations into magic's boundaries, but you err in assuming I seek a title. Like you, I am not among the firstborn. The Evanurus will grant me magic I could never attain. New forms, new matrices of blood already swim in my dreams. This is not for Andril. Andril petitioned on my behalf. She supports me always in everything. You say to craft creatures to protect our people. I have already given them my hala. I made them when I was younger and traveled, naive. I did not know then what flesh could do when compelled. Tell our people to treasure those animals. I could not make them now. At the bottom of the letter is a stamp of a stylized hala head. She's the one who created the halas? How did she become so twisted? Oh boy.